Before we jump into today's video, I'd like to give a special thanks to our sponsor, Nichiren Buddhism Store. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or exploring Nichiren Buddhism for the first time, this is the perfect place to find all your faith essentials. From digital resources to physical products like apparel, accessories, and home decor, Nichiren Buddhism Store has it all, with new items added frequently. And the best part? They ship their premium products worldwide, so wherever you are, you can stay connected to your faith. Check them out at nichirenbuddhismstore.com. The link is in the description below. Thank you. Life often feels like a winding road, filled with twists, turns, and sometimes steep, unexpected hills. Along the way, we all seek something deeper, a sense of abundance, not in material terms, but in a way that brings true fulfillment. This path to abundance and fulfillment is not paved with gold or dotted with glittering jewels, but with the richness of the heart and the wisdom that guides it. In Buddhism, especially in the teachings of Nichiren Daishonin and the Lotus Sutra, this path becomes clearer and more accessible, offering us the possibility of a life filled with meaning, joy, and inner peace. At the core of this journey is the idea that true abundance comes from within. Nichiren Daishonin often reminded his followers that enlightenment is not something distant, achievable only by the few. Rather, it is something all of us can access in our daily lives, no matter our circumstances. He wrote, "The Lotus Sutra is the king of sutras, true and correct in both word and principle. Its words are the reality of life." This means that within the teachings of the Lotus Sutra lies the truth of our existence, and through it, we can realize our greatest potential. Abundance is not a physical state but a spiritual awakening, a profound understanding of our innate worth and ability to overcome life's hardships. One of the most powerful aspects of the Lotus Sutra is its teaching that all people possess the Buddha nature. In essence, we all have the capacity for wisdom, compassion, and courage. Yet, in the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to forget this. We get bogged down by worries, desires, and a constant feeling of lack. We think, if only I had more money, more success, more recognition, then I would feel complete. But Nichiren teaches us that this is an illusion. He writes, if you seek enlightenment outside yourself, then even though you may practice the teachings for a lifetime, you will never attain Buddhahood. The true abundance we seek is already within us, we just need to uncover it. It's easy to look outward for validation or fulfillment, but the Lotus Sutra teaches that we must turn inward. Each of us carries within ourselves the seed of Buddhahood, waiting to bloom. It's like a treasure hidden in our hearts. No matter how rough or challenging life becomes, that treasure remains untarnished. Nichiren often likened the practice of chanting, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, to polishing this treasure. Through this daily practice, we begin to see our own inherent worth and power. Slowly, the things we once believed would bring us happiness, wealth, status, approval begin to lose their grip on us. We realize that real happiness, the kind that doesn't fade, comes from recognizing and developing our Buddha nature. This realization transforms our view of life. When we understand that we already possess everything we need to live a fulfilling life, our sense of lack diminishes. The Buddha said, "There is no fire like passion, no loss like anger, no misery like separation, no sickness like hunger of heart." That hunger of the heart he speaks of is the longing for something outside ourselves to fill the void within. But no external thing can do that. Only by awakening to the reality of our own lives, as illuminated in the Lotus Sutra, can we satisfy that deep hunger. In the modern world, abundance is often equated with material wealth. People chase after riches, believing that money will solve their problems and bring lasting happiness. But in Buddhism, abundance is understood in a completely different light. It is not about accumulating things, but about cultivating a rich inner life. Nichiren wrote, "Regard your service to your Lord as the practice of the Lotus Sutra." This is what is meant by being a practitioner of the Lotus Sutra. In other words, abundance and fulfillment come from how we live, how we treat others, and how we contribute to the well-being of society. It is the quality of our actions and intentions, not the quantity of our possessions, that leads to a truly abundant life. This teaching is particularly powerful because it reminds us that no matter where we are in life, we have the ability to create value. Even in the face of adversity, we can live a life of fulfillment. Nichiren himself endured tremendous hardships, exile, persecution, and near execution. Yet, through it all, he remained steadfast, never losing sight of the greater purpose of his life. He said, "Winter always turns to spring." This simple yet profound statement reminds us that no matter how difficult our circumstances, better times are ahead. It is through facing and overcoming challenges that we grow and become stronger. Fulfillment comes not from avoiding difficulties but from transforming them. In this sense, every obstacle we face is an opportunity for growth. Nichiren often encouraged his followers to view their struggles in this way, writing, "Suffer what there is to suffer, enjoy what there is to enjoy." Regard both suffering and joy as facts of life, and continue chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, no matter what happens. This attitude of resilience, embracing both the highs and lows of life with the same unwavering determination, creates a foundation for lasting fulfillment. It teaches us that even in the darkest moments, we can find light within ourselves. The Lotus Sutra describes life as constantly abiding, meaning that the essence of life is eternal and unchanging. This teaching helps us understand that our true value does not fluctuate with our circumstances. Whether we are praised or criticized, wealthy or poor, our Buddha nature remains constant. Nichiren emphasized this, encouraging his followers to trust in their inherent dignity and worth. He wrote, "Life is the most precious of all treasures. Even one extra day of life is worth more than 10 million ryo of gold." This teaches us to value our lives deeply and to recognize that, just by being alive, we have immense worth. Living with this understanding allows us to experience true fulfillment. We no longer measure our worth by external standards or compare ourselves to others. Instead, we focus on living in alignment with our Buddha nature, expressing wisdom, compassion, and courage in every situation. This is the ultimate form of abundance and inner richness that cannot be taken away by anyone or anything. As we walk the path of abundance and fulfillment, it's important to remember that it's a journey, not a destination. Each day offers us the chance to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The Buddha taught, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." Our thoughts shape our reality, and by cultivating thoughts of gratitude, compassion, and resilience, we create a life that reflects those qualities. Nichiren echoed this sentiment when he wrote, "Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is like the roar of a lion. What sickness can therefore be an obstacle?" This powerful declaration reminds us that when we awaken to our true potential, nothing can stand in our way. In a world that often encourages us to seek fulfillment outside of ourselves, the teachings of the Lotus Sutra and Nichiren Buddhism offer a refreshing and transformative perspective. Abundance and fulfillment are not found in the accumulation of things, but in the recognition of our own Buddha nature. This recognition empowers us to live with courage, wisdom, and compassion, no matter what challenges we face. As we continue on this path, we learn to see every experience, whether joyful or painful, as an opportunity to grow. We understand that true abundance comes from within, and that by living in harmony with the teachings of the Lotus Sutra, we can create a life that is not only fulfilling for ourselves but also brings benefit to those around us. In this way, we walk the path of abundance and fulfillment, guided by the timeless wisdom of the Buddha and the compassionate encouragement of Nichiren Daishonin.